Hey, you awesome sixth graders. Today we're going to be practicing adding and subtracting multi-digit decimals with word problems. So sometimes you're not just given the equation, they give you a word problem and you have to figure it out just like you used to when you were younger. So there is a checklist for this. If you watch my previous video, you would know that I have a checklist for the equation. So of course I have a checklist for the word problems. First, you have to read the entire word problem, not part of it, not just look for the numbers. Read the entire word problem, you guys. Second is to decide the operation. Are we adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? What are we doing? Next, write the equation. Then line up your decimals and then slide the decimal down for the answer. So let's practice that. I have our checklist right here so we don't forget. So read the entire word problem. All right. There are 4.5 liters of milk in a pot. The chef stirs in 2.5 grams of salt and 1.25 liters of water. How much liquid is in the pot? All right, so looking at this word problem, they have some interesting pieces here that I'm gonna get my pencil out on here. There we go. And we're gonna walk through it together. So we wanna know how much liquid is in the pot. So we put that in a box. How much liquid is in the pot? So we're talking about liquid, you guys. Knowing that we're talking about the liquid means we only care about certain parts and certain numbers. Let's go figure out which ones we care about. So there are 4.5 liters of milk. Milk is a liquid. The chef stirs in 2.5 grams of salt. Salt is not a liquid. Next, in 1.25 liters of water. All right, so this right here tells you why it's important to read the entire word problem and not just pull out numbers. You do not need, again, you do not need 2.5 to figure this out. All right, so he has 4.5 liters of milk. So I'm gonna put an L for milk. And it's a little sloppy, but it's okay. And then we have 1.25 liters of water. And we want to know how much liquid is in the pot. So all together, how much is it all together? So we're putting it together. We are adding. So we are adding because we put together. So I read the entire word problem. I decided the operation because I'm adding. Now I have to write the equation. Okay, that's easy. 4.5 plus, so I did 4.5 plus 1.25. Okay, cool. Got that part. We can do that. All right, so 4.5 plus 1.25. What is next on this checklist? Next on the checklist, it tells us to line up the decimals. Okay, so 4.5. When I say line up the decimals, I'm always talking about vertically up and down. So put a decimal right beneath that one. In front of the decimal is a 1. Behind the decimal is a 2, then a 5. Remember, you are adding. All right, and if you watch my previous video, you would know that if there is a blank space, I just put an X or a 0, and then you add from there. 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. 4 plus 1 is 5. All right, I did the math. Next, it says to slide the decimal down to the answer. Okay, that decimal slid down there, then this one needs to go down here. Perfect. 5.75 liters of liquid in the pot all together. That is the answer. All right, let's try this one more time. All right, so the chef took out 54.8 grams of butter, but then found out that he took out 6.95 grams of butter more than he needed. How much butter did he need? All right, so checklist, read the entire word problem. I just did that. Let me check that off. I read the entire word problem. Then decide the operation. Okay, so let's read the question, just the part with the question mark. How much butter did he need? That is the part that will help us figure out the question or the operation. So the chef took out 54.8 grams of butter, but then found out that he took out 6.9 grams of butter more than he needed. So if I take out a jug of water and I pour it into a cup. And then I'm like, that's too much. This is more than I need. Let me pour some back. I took some away when I poured it back. So because I am taking away by pouring back, I am subtracting. We will be subtracting. So we decided the operation. Now we have to decide the equation. Write the equation out. 54.8 grams of butter is how much you took out to start with. And then he found out he took out too much. How much did he take out that was extra? 6.95 extra. That is your equation. Now, to find the answer, you need to line up those decimals. Remember, you always line them up vertically right on top of each other. So we have 54.8 minus, now that other decimal has to go right beneath it. There's a 6 in front of the decimal, and then a 9 and a 5. 9, 5. Now, if we look at how these decimals are lined up, they're perfect, they're vertical, they're right on top of each other, but there is nothing above this 5. You can put a 0 or you can put an X. I will put a 0 this time because I put an X last time. All right, so now we're doing 0 minus 5. Can't do that, have to go borrow. So take away from 8, make it a 7. That 1 that you borrowed goes in front of the 0 to make it a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 7 minus 9, nope, gotta go borrow. 3, make it a 1, so that becomes 17. 17 minus 9 is 8. 3 minus 6, gotta go borrow. Take away from 5, it becomes a 4. That 1 that you borrowed goes right there. 13 minus 6 is 7. And you bring that 4 straight down. Now, we did line up the decimals like it said. Now the last part says slide the decimal down to the answer. Oh, can't forget our decimal, slide it all the way down. The answer is 47.85 grams of butter. That is what he needed. All right, you guys. Well, I hope this was helpful for you, but I hope you also enjoyed the Mrs. Riley Math Talks today and have a great day. See you soon.